Yeah.
I have a couple of comments. One, I mean, I think that reform is great, but I think out there it's probably generally acknowledged that some projects and some agencies are more efficient than others, and that I think that management and efficiency and doing a good job, having some of these projects come in on time, should be as important as, it should be up there in your priorities, and that excellence should be rewarded. You know, I mean, because just that when projects go over budget with time and money, that costs all of us so much. And then the second thing...
The Big Dig being the most extreme example.
Yeah, so I mean, you can talk about lessons learned, but you know, you do have agencies out there where I know projects are on time and on budget.
Right.
And taking a look at that, those models, and bringing them to other areas, I think is really important. And then the other thing is just...
a little bit to Elliot's point, actually.
Yeah, and then just the other thing, as you know, somebody who owns a technology business, that, you know, I understand, I mean, there have been bridges that have been coated, metallized in Pennsylvania in the 30s that never were repainted. There are technologies out there that can put down systems for the state to minimize the maintenance. And I think that it's really important that you take a look at, you know, the best available technology so that we get the best bang for the buck.
Yep.
Because there's short-term, I mean, we live very often in a short-term society, and I think you can say, okay, it might cost you 20% more now, but if you have a 20 or 30-year lifespan, how much does that save long-term?
It's Sherry, right?
Stacy Ames.
Stacy. Stacy, by the way, is in the business. I think we should do full disclosure, right?
Oh, no, I have a metallizing business. I don't intend to coat any bridges, but, I mean, I think that, but I think that you ought to be, this state, with the corrosion issues, with salt, sand, it's crazy not to. If the Navy can spray ships, we ought to be spraying our bridges.
Excellence, long-term solutions, and how you get a contract for metallizing your building. First of all, you are exactly right about the importance of calling out all the good that is done right now, all the on-time and on-budget projects that happen right now, and basically that's all we have by way of rewards right now. We can't give anybody a bonus, but frankly, the recognition is so huge.
But also understanding what they're doing that maybe somebody else is doing.
Getting those best lessons. And,
exactly,
yep.
So that you can transfer those policies and those techniques across.
Yeah. On that,
Governor, I haven't spoken to you about this, but I don't want to surprise you, but to the point, I was talking to the Highway Commissioner on the way up.
yeah.
Since we've reduced project delivery time by 40% of the Highway Department in the last 2 years, we've also increased on-time performance from 20% to 70%. It's a relatively small sample size, but for the projects that began since 2007 to the ones that are done now, 70% on time.
Wow.
Take a bow. You know, I told you that the average mass highway project used to take 10 years from concept to completion. 10 years. They're in here years, I say, from concept to completion. When we were working through the list of projects, so-called shovel-ready projects for the stimulus bill, before the stimulus bill was passed, I was reminded by my colleague in California that when the highway fell down after the earthquake, they had it back up and functioning in 4 months. When the bridge fell down in Northern California, it was 6 months. The Bay Bridge, redesigned, back up, and open in 6 months. The bridge in Minneapolis that fell a little bit more than a year ago, back up, redesigned, debris cleared in 11 months. There are ways to do this. Now, in every case, they paid a premium because they did design build, they did 24/7 shifts and so forth. And for some projects, we ought to be willing to do that because you save in the long run, right? Which also I think bears on your point about the quality of workmanship and materials. and not skimping on that, because you get a short-term savings, so that we're not having to go back and paint or scrape it.
Yeah, but
And
it
by
just,
the way,
yeah.
excuse me, Stacey.
So it's
go ahead.
okay. No, but just looking at the best available technology, I mean, I just have one.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that, you know, my frustration is that for years, you know, the state has built a bridge the same way,
Yeah.
not taking a look at what's out there,
Yeah.
you know, or built a road. I mean, and so there's got to be different areas where new technologies could really gain you savings and make a great fit.
There's no doubt about it, and stay tuned. You're going to see a lot of really great stuff
Oh, that's good.
in that regard.